Hello everybody, this is Charles and I'm back with another toy review, this time for Bandai's Metal Build Justice Gundam! Alright, so Justice Gundam is the latest release from the Metal Build series and it's actually a fan favorite. So I think fans have been calling for Justice Gundam to be released in the Metal Build series, and finally we get this. So I'm a little bit late in the game. I just received this I think like on Monday. So I didn't have the time to actually play with this until today. But I'm really excited for this because it's been a long time since I last did a Metal Build toy review, and I'm really looking forward to this, and I really love it. So right now I think the artwork is very typical of the Gundam Seed series for the Metal Build series. And over here we see the box art. I mean, the box art at the back doesn't really show a lot of features of the Justice Gundam apart from the fully formed form, and then just one pose from like Justice Gundam shooting from the back, and Justice Gundam from its glider. I feel like in terms of the box art, in terms of feature, they could have featured more for Justice Gundam. So I think in terms of the box art, it doesn't really do justice to Justice Gundam. But anyhow, this is really cool. Without further ado, let's go on to the figure itself. Alright, so here I have assembled Justice Gundam prior to the review. Let me first adjust the camera downwards a little bit. Alright. Okay, so over here I assembled Justice Gundam. The good thing about Justice Gundam is that despite the heavy backpack, he can stand on his own. So you just need to get the weight distribution right. So you can see for my Justice Gundam, he's standing relatively straight. Okay, he's standing relatively straight. He's not hunchbacking. He's standing actually quite straight. And he still supports the backpack. So I think in terms of the weight distribution wise, Bandai has done quite a good job ensuring that the Gundam, the backpack, despite being heavy, right, can still be supported by the weight of the Metal Build itself, which is actually a lot of diecast. So I think the diecast distribution in the figure is actually compensates for the weight of the backpack. So I think it's really cool that you can actually display him, standing without a stand. Usually for such figure, you might think that you probably need a stand to actually support the back so they can stand. But actually, for this case, for Justice Gundam, no, you can actually display him just the way he is, and I think it's really cool. I really like it because I don't really like to put stands in my display. One thing is because I do not have the space. So I'm really happy that I can actually display Justice Gundam in his full backpack without him falling back. Okay, so before I carry on the review, let me first remove the backpack because I'm going to do this review in two parts. First, I'm going to review the Justice Gundam itself. So the figure wise is really cool. So Justice Gundam, as we know, is primarily maroon, purplish color. But what Bandai Metal Build has done is actually given it two shades of color. So you can actually see you have a red sort of maroon shade, and then you have a purplish color shade. So you can actually see that for Justice Gundam, there's two color tones. Quite obviously, there's two color tones, not just a flat color, which you see in the anime. I think in the anime we see mostly a flat color, not much color contrast. But over here we do see very good color contrast in terms of the maroon and the purple color. It's really cool. And one more thing that you'll notice that for the purple color, right, actually my video can capture the details. It's actually metallic spec. So actually the color is actually metallic color with specks, sparkles, specks over here in the color, so which makes it very nice. See over here, you can see the specks. So over here is flat matte color, whereas for here is metallic. It's really nice. Okay, so here, just look at it more detail. So you can see the maroon part is just flat matte color, whereas for the purple parts, okay, it's metallic spec. Similarly for the black color, right, it's metallic color with specks inside. So it's really cool. Same for the crest as well. And Bandai did give an extra crest, I think, because they know that while playing the figure, the collectors might accidentally break one, so they give you extra one just in case. Yeah, really cool. Color wise, really awesome. Details wise, really awesome. You can see the bottom of the feet, very detailed, similar to the back. And over here, the thrusters wise, this actually comes off, but it's not a big deal, guys. You can actually just clip it back quite easily. Let me just clip it back over here. Yeah, you can just clip it back. All right, so without further ado, let's go through a little bit of, before I go through articulation, no, maybe I should go through articulation first. So in terms of articulation wise, for the head, you can do a full 360 rotation. Okay, you can also see the neck wise, there are a couple of joints for the neck. So articulation for the neck is pretty good. So let me just take out the head over here. You can see that for the neck wise, you do have articulation over here, and you have articulation for the neck joint itself. So there are quite a lot of joints for the neck. Yeah, so it makes it pretty much well articulated. Pop it in. And then over here, let's look at the shoulders wise. Shoulders wise, you can actually open the shoulder pad. Okay. Depends on how you want to display your Gundam. You know, if you want to display your hands this way, you can actually do so. But if you want to move the entire shoulder pad, you can also do it as well. No problem. It's really up to your choice. In terms of side movements, okay, over here the shoulder pad on the sides can be flipped up, and you can also move this upwards. And you can see in the shoulder wise, you also have additional articulation. Okay, front back, okay, not a lot, okay, due to restrictions, but you do get quite a fair bit of up down movement over here. And the joints are actually extremely tight. So over here, there is rotation for the elbow, but you can see I'm actually struggling with it, so I'm not going to force the joint. Okay. Of course, we all know that, you know, with due time, the joints of metal are probably gonna get loose over time, but for now, it's extremely tight. It's really extremely tight. So over here, you do have the double jointed elbows, so they can actually bend all the way here, which is cool. And over here, we also have additional joint for the wrist, additional forward joint for the wrist, and the wrist is on the full 360 ball joint. All right, moving on to the body itself. Okay, you can actually move the back this much. Okay, you can actually move it forward this much. So in terms of articulation for the torso, pretty decent articulation. Okay, even for side to side, you do get some articulation as well. Okay, you can also rotate it, but like I said, the joints are really tight, so I'm not going to rotate it too much in this review. And over here, the side skirts, front skirts can be flipped all the way up. All right, and the skirts itself can be opened sideways. And for the side skirts, you can actually flip them up nearly close to, I think, about 90 degrees. For the back skirt wise, not a lot of movement. Okay, and likewise, you know, the legs are the joints are really tight. So over here, you can probably lift it up close to 90 degrees, but I'm not gonna force the joint because it's really tight. Same thing likewise for the sides, you can probably move it sideways close to 90 degrees, but it's so tight that I'm not gonna do it. You can actually rotate the thigh. Okay, be careful when you actually move the joint, because, you know, these paint jobs can actually rub against these parts, and actually you get paint chips, so be very careful with that. So for the legs, you have double jointed knees. Okay, you can actually collapse your knees to this much. Okay, here it's really interesting. You look at this, how this entire thing moves. It's really awesome. And over here we have the back thrusters, which you can actually swivel up and down. Okay, let me just correct the joint first. Okay, right. And we come to the feet. Feet wise, you have articulated part for the ankle guard. And over here you have the feet. Okay, very tight joints as well for the feet, which is really nice. So let me get the figure standing properly first. Okay, let me align him nicely. Okay, align the shoulders nicely first. Yeah. Cool. Back to standing position. Cool. Yeah. So right now, more of the features of this Gundam over here. So right here, the interesting part about this is that, you know, you can actually hold the saber, beam saber here, and it holds really tightly. So it's nice. I think it's different. The design is different from Freedom, because of Freedom you just actually plug it on the top. Whereas for this, you actually have to open this and then slot it in, which is very cool. So over here, how you actually slot it in, there's actually a peg over here. You can see actually this gray part. So actually, if you align it nicely, you just need to push it in, and it taps in very nicely. See, very nice tap sound. Close, and it holds very tightly. Yeah, so this is a feature of what you have. And oh yes, one more feature you have. No, he has this boomerang blade that he has. This is a very nice feature he has. This is one that you pull out from one side. So both sides you can actually have it, and it comes with this effect part. You can actually slot this in here and you open it up. it's where you get your boomerang blade, you know, that Justice uses a lot in the anime. So you have two, one for each side. But for the purpose of this review, I'll just show one of them. Okay, just plug this back in. Okay, align the shoulders nicely again. And over here, just showcase a little bit more of other weapons it have here. It does come with this shield, very nice shield. And over here, it does say NOV ZGMV X-09A, which is the code for Justice Gundam. Very nice design and color for the shield as well. And you can see for the purple part here, the color is metallic with specs inside. So it's really, really cool. And for the gun, it's the rifle. Very nice rifle as well. Over here, you can swing left to right depending on how you want to hold the rifle. And then over here, this part you can actually slot it up, push it up, and then put the gun at the back. Yep. Okay, but for this review, let's put it aside first. And what other things I can show you for this? Yeah, so over here I show you this is what it comes with. This comes with 4 other pairs of hands for you to interchange. Okay, and I guess this is the effect part for the blade. 2 of them. Okay, just gonna put them back in. Going to keep them back to the box because I will not be displaying them anyway. Okay, and it also comes with this other box, which is mainly a stand. So for Justice Gundam, you actually realize that in order for you to have a lot of the different poses, you really need a stand. And it also comes with this joint beam saber as well, and 2 beam sabers. So you actually have this twin beam saber similar to the lightsaber. And over here, these are the stands, really cool. These are the support. Okay, when the jetpack is actually on the back, flipping upwards, you actually need this to support. As a support if you want to actually display it. Yeah, I'm gonna put this aside for now. And here is the jetpack. So this is the jetpack itself. It's huge jetpack. Really awesome piece of jetpack. So first I'm going to just show you how it looks like, you know, in the jetpack. Over here, she transform it, shift it this way. So this is how it looks like as a jetpack. Pack everything nicely. Okay, let me just make sure everything is packed in nicely first. Okay. Okay. It's packed in nicely. So over here, the jetpack itself, we can actually extend it. Let me just form it into the wings. Okay, pack it to the side. So over here, just need to rotate it. And over here, this will pack into here. Nice. And then you can actually extend the wingspan. So actually, in terms of extending a wingspan, you do notice that there's not much of an extension. So you see, this is the wings down and this is the wings up. So between down and up, there's not much motion. Yeah. So this is how it looks like in his jetpack. But the wingspan is amazing. And this is not all. Okay, you can even extend the wingspan further. So what you need to do, pull this. This is very nice. It's like a cast off function, and you can just cast off furthermore over here. So it's so awesome. So you see, this is before, okay, and this is after. So you just pull and extend it. It's really awesome. And over here, we do have some features for the glider as well. Over here, you can actually rotate this. Okay, and over here for this, you can actually move the cannon up and down. And this glider itself is also very detailed. Over here, we see the code word over here. Phantom 00 ZGMV X09A Justice Gundam. Over here, the back. Very nice design, very detailed. I really love the glider because it's so awesome. The design is so detailed. And over here, for the thrusters, you can actually move the flaps. And even for the thrusters themselves, they do have articulation to actually move them. Even though by not a lot, but still cool that you can actually articulate them decently. See, you can actually articulate them decently. So it's really cool that they actually added this. I mean, they could have just put it as a flat piece, of a thruster, but they actually put in the effort to give it articulation. So I give it to Bandai for that. Really kudos Bandai for that. Really nice. And then for the glider as well, the color is very nice. So under different lighting, what you do see is actually very reflective. So again, similar to the rest of the Gundam, right? I think for the colors wise, the maroon parts are matte color, whereas the purple parts are actually more of a metallic color shade. So over here, you can also see some metallic color shading over here, this gunmetal silver part. Over here, the stand here, this platform here, metallic purple, very nice. Over here, you see this matte color, and over here is metallic purple. So it's really nice. I really love the contrast that we're seeing here. The matte and the metallic color contrast makes this glider looks very awesome. Very cool. And you know, Justice Gundam, you can actually put him on the glider over here as per the anime. And there are parts that actually come with it for you to actually insert the leg so that it actually stands on the glider very firmly. Okay, but I'm not going to show this in the review today. So another part of how this glider can be is used is actually as a backpack for Justice Gundam. So for that, you probably have to just close the gliders, close this part, and you're going to extend this. Okay, you're going to extend this fully to the front. Okay, and also over here, you need to adjust the backpack, flip it forward, and pack this over here. And very, very carefully slot it between. So make sure when you slot it, right, just make sure you don't go above the fins, if not you might risk breaking them. Okay, slot it in, and then you see very nicely, this part will actually land nicely on the chest portion and the cavity. So it's really nice. So unfortunately for this, of course, you don't expect Justice Gundam to be able to stand on its own for this. You actually need a stand if you want to display Justice Gundam in this and with his glider in this position, which is very, very cool as well, because you can see that, wow, it's really awesome. And I see on the internet there are some fans who actually display Justice Gundam with his glider and also with Freedom Gundam standing over here. So it's really, really nice if you have the space to actually display that. So it's really cool. It's really, really cool. So nice and so awesome. Yeah, Justice Gundam. Okay, so I'm gonna take this out slowly. Okay, be careful not to damage the crest, the fins. And over here, what we're gonna do, slot this back in. Okay, slot this back in. So alternatively, you can also have Justice Gundam in his backpack this way. You just take out this part first. You adjust this and pack everything in place. Pack it in place over here. So you can also have Justice Gundam in his so-called flying mode. You know, you're actually having this way. You want to display him this way. You know, just like really wings at his back. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Yeah, but for me, I prefer to display Justice Gundam with his wings kept. Yeah, one thing is also because I don't have space to display him with his wings fully open. So unpack this. Okay, we rotate this and we angle it such a way that it points flat. Over here, let's adjust this. Angle this a bit. Okay, pointing flat down. Then, oh yeah, might as well, since I'm at it, let's put the rifle at the back. Oh, before we do that, let's put the shield at the back first. So the shield, I like it to be displayed at the front. So what I'll do, I'll put the shield over here, pack it in, over here display it in the front. I'll put the rifle at the back. And for the backpack, final touch, pack it in. Cool. Yep. So over here, okay, let me just do some balancing work. Yep, and cool. You see, Justice Gundam is really standing straight. Balance as well. Okay, I do not need a stand. He's standing absolutely straight. Balance as well. Yeah, really cool. So this, you know, like we said, you know, it's really a dream come true for the Metal Build fans, and I really, really love this piece. You know, the colors are very nice. And let me just put the box art over here. That's the feature. No, I can't capture the whole box art. Never mind. Let's put it this way then. So Justice Gundam, really, really awesome piece. You know, it's a dream come true for the fans. You know, finally we get this piece. And you know what? Because I think for Infinite Justice, the design is actually pretty much similar to Justice Gundam. So I wouldn't be surprised that sometime down the road, maybe in another 1 to 2 years time, we will get an Infinite Justice, which I'm sure the fans will actually welcome very much as well. So right now, I think for Justice Gundam, even though it was sold out initially at the pre-order stage, but right now I think even in Japan or in certain websites, you can still get it, and you can still get it only for a slight markup versus the original yen price. I think which is a good sign. First thing first, I think availability wise, for Metal Build, I think Bandai has actually ramped up their factory lines, so it actually dedicated more factory lines for Metal Build Gundam because the sales are that good. So I think Metal Build Gundam right now, I think in terms of supply wise, it's actually pretty much sufficient. At least for Justice Gundam, we don't see the price jumping a lot after launch. At certain Metal Build items that the price can actually increase by 20, 30, 40 or even 50% 1 to 2 weeks after launch. But for Justice Gundam, I think the price is actually very stable, and I think it's mostly attributed to the fact that Bandai has actually ramped up its factory lines to actually produce more Metal Build, which is good for us. Bad news for reseller, but that's how the way the market is. I think Bandai realized that there is a market potential for this, so why not ramp up my factory lines and sell more of this and gain the profit myself rather than let resellers gain it. So I think this is also good for fans who actually want to collect more than one piece. It's actually easier for you to actually get multiple pieces for keeps or whatnot, and then if you are a reseller, you want to buy it for the sake of thinking that you might be able to make a profit certain time down the road, you can do so. And we never know. Maybe sometime down the road this price may go up, or maybe certain times down the road when the price start going up, Bandai says, hey, let's reissue Justice Gundam, which they potentially might do because they already reissued Freedom Gundam recently. So I'm not surprised that sometime down the road they'll actually reissue Justice Gundam as well. But I'm more looking forward to right now for Infinite Justice. So just to finish up and make sure that Strike Freedom Gundam has its partner together. So this is an awesome piece, for Seed fans, for Justice Gundam fans. I think this is the definitive piece, and I think it's really, really well done. Color-wise, design-wise, everything is really awesome. So I highly recommend that you actually get this piece if you are a fan of Gundam Metal Build and you are a fan of Gundam Seed Destiny. So here's Charles signing off with yet another toy review. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Do stay tuned to my channel for more reviews next time.